to the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. I am Spencer, and I'm one of your hosts in this podcast that we do. And today I am joined by the other two members of the League of Melanated Gentlemen to give you a review.
Yes, sir. This is Brandon.
And of course, I am Jordan.
Now, before we get to reviewing anything, we must first tell you about the places where you can find us, contact us, tell us what you think, how you feel, yada yada. And Jordan is going to tell you about all that right now.
Yeah, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, any of the social media apps. I mean, we don't got no TikTok or anything like that. But we there. We are plugged in on all of them. Be sure and check it. It's the League of Melanated Gentlemen, LMG podcast. Any other ones will kind of get you there. And then don't forget to rate and review us on any of the streaming services that you use, whether it be Spotify or Apple. Subscribe to YouTube, all the good stuff there. Um, Schedule updates, of course, Mondays is when the main episode drops. Bi-weekly on Tuesdays, we have LMG Presents Marvel Multiverse RPG. Uh, about time this one comes out. I just got to talk with the Forbecks, both of Matt and Marty Forbeck, and we have two episodes left, and we are completely done with the Cataclysm of Kang.
Finally,
Bro, that shit was 2 years, bro.
Yeah, finally,
y'all been
Hey,
finally we're
man.
cataclysming
done.
forever.
I respect it. I respect it. Kang is that's a tough opponent.
I mean, yeah, and yeah, like I would imagine that in a role-playing situation, it's going to take some time.
Oh yeah,
Because I mean,
100%.
even if the whole thing is called the Cataclysm of Kang, I'm sure that you don't start with Kang. Like you got to
No, no,
Right.
get
you
to
don't
him.
talk to
Got to
him.
build up.
Yeah,
Yeah. Got his
yeah, no,
goons.
well, they fought a lot of people, a lot of characters he fought against. They even fought against some friendlies there, so it was a
Mm.
good time. Um,
Are
and
you
I guess I
sad?
can go. No, I was over it. I was ready to
About
be
damn
over it.
time.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna spoil the end because I know it hasn't released yet, but I will go ahead and say that if people know who Fuzzy on the Details is, he is. I mean, he's a good guy. If you're into Marvel Multiverse RPG, you already know who that is. But he started a campaign where he is focusing the universe of Alien comes to the Marvel universe. And so there's a bunch of narrators, and I am lucky enough to be able to participate in it. And so now I have a whole story planned out where the alien from Alien Earth, like just like the show, ship comes to Earth, crashes, and so our heroes will figure out what to do there. I'm not going to give any other details out right now, but I will say that that will be our next adventure. So go check out Fuzzy on the Details channel. He's already did his session 0. He's already had his first episode out, and we will be joining soon enough, and those will be coming out in March. So giving people something to look forward to.
Like it.
Uh, Wednesdays, Brandon has his wrestling podcast where he has an archive of episodes you can go listen to. So if you're into wrestling, be sure and go check out those episodes. And then DC Animation with Spencer and Friends. That is Spencer's review podcast where he is talking about the DC animated universe, and he is currently on season 1 of what's the
Young
name of the show
Justice.
again? Young Justice. I was going to say Teen Justice. I was going to put Teen Titans and Young Justice together. But yeah, that's everything.
Okay. Okay. So, as you know by the title, we will be reviewing the newest Disney Plus MCU hotness, Wonder Man. Now, before we review Wonder Man, first, I would like to issue a spoiler warning because we're going to talk about Wonder Man. And there are a lot of people who have not the slightest clue who Wonder Man is or anything about Wonder Man. So, with that, we're going to have a little teaching moment before we get into the episode. So, let's talk about Wonder Man for just a minute. The comic book origins, if you will, of Wonder Man.
Oh wait, what was
Y- y-
that? The origins?
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, 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 I
Okay,
got you.
cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, first appearance or created by Stan Lee, Don Heck. First appearance is Avengers #9 in August of 1964. So I mean, Wonder Man, he starts out as a washed up industrialist whose company just basically got destroyed by Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, and he was mad. Of course, as people get mad, company get took out, and he actually makes a deal with Baron Zemo and ends up getting transformed into, I mean, basically what you see. Um, or I guess you don't really see a lot of them in the show, but he gets transformed into a superpower weapon. And he had become a big problem for the Avengers. But then over time, as things happen, he comes back, joins the Avengers, becomes a hero. Um, Types of powers, he got super strength. Like he's about as strong as the Hulk. Like I wouldn't say like when Hulk becomes like real Hulk and super mad, but I mean he's able to kind of hold his own strength against the Hulk. We kind of got a tease of it. His powers is ionic energy. So it was kind of affects molecules around him. Um, he comes with the basic superhero package, real strong, healing a little bit, um, and just all those good things like that. Honestly, I didn't know a lot about this character. My only exposure to him was through the Avengers. Was it Avengers something? It's
Like
like the early
early
2000s.
2000s. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
yeah,
Avengers something.
yeah,
And that was a completely different character from what we get here.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. So, they kind of reached in the bag for this one,
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about it. So we'll just kind of talk about the show the way we normally do reviews. I will read a synopsis in my own words, and then we're just gonna talk through the episodes. So, like I said, I try to keep these tight, but we're gonna see what happens. So, episode one, matinee. We open in a flashback with a young Simon Williams watching Wonder Man at the cinema with his father. In today time, Simon is doing too much at work, so they cut him from the show that he was on. He gets home and his girlfriend is moving out. He goes to the cinema and ends up meeting Trevor Slattery. Trevor tells him that they are remaking the Wonder Man movie. Simon finesses his way into an audition for this movie. Trevor gives Simon some advice before his audition, and after, they go get a drink together. After Simon leaves, Trevor gets a call letting his handler know that he has made contact with Simon, who apparently has superpowers and is unstable. That's episode one.
very nice.
So, gentlemen, whenever this is, well, let's start here. Did you have expectations going into this?
You got it, Burner.
For Yeah, like for me, it was pretty low. I did have somewhat expectations just because the level of actors we're dealing with, but overall, like MCU, Marvel, Machine, I was like, we know, like we just talked about, like Wonder Man isn't a very like there's not a lot of people don't care that much about him as much, which is good and freeing for Marvel. They can kind of do what they want with him, but I think for a lot of people, they weren't going in with a lot of expectations. Neither was I, outside of the performance of the actors.
Okay. Okay. Drew, what about you?
I had no expectations. I didn't know what we were gonna get. And I'm literally still trying to look for that Avengers show too. Oh, Avengers United They Stand. I think that's what it was. That's yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, he's right there on the cover. That's the only where I knew him from. Yeah, I didn't have any expectations. I had no idea what we were gonna get from this show. Only thing I knew is the guy is a really good actor. And other than that, I literally didn't know what to expect from the show. And I was highly, highly impressed with what we got.
Yeah.
What do you think,
Okay.
Spencer?
I too had no expectations. I was a little surprised with the caliber of actor we got. Like whenever I heard that Yaya was going to be in it, I was like,
Yeah.
"Really? We're using
Yeah.
him for this?" And so yeah, I was like, I don't love that just because I feel like like initially I was like, we're wasting him.
Well, we were on the recast T'Challa train, and we were hoping, he was one of the people, one of the options.
Yeah. So yeah, initially I was like, this better be at least pretty good because I don't like that this is the character they've given to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not mad about it, at least so far from the first episode. So yeah,
Yeah.
I did not have any expectations, especially because it felt like the MCU didn't have expectations because they put it all out at once.
Yeah. And the marketing wasn't great. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
anytime they don't do week to week, they don't believe in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, okay,
Wait,
well,
was Miss Mar I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back in time. Was Miss Marvel week to week?
pretty sure it was. And I really think it was because we all said that first episode got us locked in just for the
Yeah,
rest of
you're
it
right.
to not.
You're right.
So I
I'm
feel
trying to
like
think
it
of
was it was, I feel like it was week to week.
Yeah, it was.
feel like
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah. I'm just trying in my head think like, okay, what's the distinction we can tell so far from the shows they put out week to week and the ones they put out all together? Obviously Ironheart all together was Agatha week to week?
Agatha, I think it was
Agatha
week
was
to
week to
week.
week.
Hmm,
Yeah. Because I
okay.
remember we had to figure out all the situation with the road and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to think of others. But yeah, I was just like two black shows all at once. Interesting.
Yeah.
I
Huh.
mean, it could have been like I said, they didn't believe that either one of the shows would do good, and
Yeah.
I still think Ironheart is good,
I
and
do
I
too.
definitely think this is good.
Same.
You know. And as you all know, it is Black History Month. And so we're reviewing this black led show. It is
Absolutely.
worth the time.
Hmm.
So, whenever the movie starts, it is a movie in a show.
Yeah.
It's the Wonder Man movie. And the Wonder Man that was in the movie in the show is what most people probably know Wonder Man to look like, because
Yeah.
that's what the comic book Wonder Man kind of looked like.
The
Back
original,
in the
yeah.
day.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
first
I
back
think
one.
in
about the black. Yeah, I think about the black and red one,
Okay. Yeah, like the OG.
OG, yeah.
So, we
which I will
see,
say they've been good about doing comic book accurate stuff. Even if they're making fun of it, they've been doing it every single for a long time now at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they know that the visuals super matter to fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
even no matter how stupid it looks, like
Yep.
Wonder Man, look at the movie. That looks like something from the 70s or 60s.
Yeah,
There's no
Yeah.
way you get the Wonder Man looking like that in modern day.
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, it was appropriate.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was very well done. And then we see that Simon is, a young Simon is there with his dad, and then we move into today time, and Simon he's an actor, and he's on the set of American Horror Story.
Mm.
And he's making notes, trying to make changes,
Difficult,
trying to,
man.
give more depth to this character.
He was doing too much,
Bro,
bro.
all you have to do is die. That's it.
Yeah. And
Yeah, he's like, I don't
at
know.
first, the people that he was giving these notes to were like, oh, okay. And then again, he was doing too much.
Yeah, about the fifth adjustment, they're like, all right, like
All
that's
right.
gonna cost us time. Like
Yeah. Like we're
every
losing the day.
yeah, yeah.
So
Crazy
yeah.
reference, first of all. There's a lot of references in this show to the real life. Crazy
Hmm.
reference to just pull out American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And because yeah, at first I was like, okay, Disney, we just use whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
that's fine. I bet Disney owns FX as well
They
because
They
why
do.
do
not?
with the Hulu. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
They
Hulu
do.
So yeah, why
deal.
not?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, he's on American Horror Story, and they basically tell him like, "Hey, you've been written out of the show. Everybody, give it up for Simon."
That was so messed. I mean, it was messed up, but it was like she did it so casual.
Yeah, like that
Okay.
was yeah. So so he's having a terrible day
Yeah.
because he's just been fired, and then he
Hmm.
comes home to
She
his
dipping.
girlfriend moving out, and she was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna be on set till 5." So her
That's
plan was
messed.
to just be gone.
Never see him. Yeah, never run into him.
Yeah.
That's messed
So
up.
he accidentally comes home and finds that she is on her way out.
Hmm.
And we're not really sure why, but again, after seeing how he was on set, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, you're doing too much.
Also,
Yeah.
that the parking scene, that I knew the show was gonna be different when I saw the way he parked next to that van, and he was like super tight, close with that van, and he had to, like
Oh,
squeeze
yeah.
out.
I was like, they made his big ass squeeze out that car? Really?
Yeah, this show. I was like, I can see where we're gonna get some little comedy out of this show because there ain't no
Yeah.
reason for you to do that.
At all.
Yeah.
But yeah, because he's 6'3",
Yeah. He's a tall dude.
and yeah, they made him, oh, okay, we're
Yeah.
doing physical comedy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that was hilarious. So yeah, he's having a terrible day.
Hmm.
And so he goes to the movie theater, and Trevor is there. And for anybody who doesn't remember, Trevor is from Iron Man 3 and uh, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Yep.
So in Iron Man 3, he was the Mandarin, and then we find out that he's an actor. And then in Shang-Chi, we found out who the real Mandarin is. And, the Mandarin wasn't happy about Trevor's portrayal
Hmm.
and all that. So that's where we have seen him before. So they meet, and Trevor mentions while they're leaving, yeah, they're remaking the Wonder Man movie. And so Simon goes to his agent, just interrupts our meeting. And
Yeah.
the girl that was his agent, I like her. I've
Yeah.
seen her in
I
a
like her
couple
too.
things.
Okay.
But yeah, she was like, I heard what happened on American Horror Story, so hell no.
Yeah.
Like, you are one of the most talented people that I have ever seen, but you're difficult.
Yeah. She was
Mm.
straight up with him.
Yeah. And that's what I like. I like that he had a black agent who he could
Yes.
talk to and she could talk. Like, they didn't have to do the code switching thing.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Um, so she's like, no, I'm not doing that. And so he gets on her computer, finds it, uh, puts on his acting and makes a phone call
Hmm.
because he's with a big enough agent to do that.
Yeah.
They get him in there, and then whenever he gets there, we hear, "Hey, we don't have a doorman waiver, or we have a doorman waiver for you. We don't know what that means yet."
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
I was so confused when he said that. I was like, what? It's like you don't have any powers and you're a doorman. I was like, oh, what are you talking about?
yeah, I was like, "We'll just find out what that means,"
Yeah.
because it wasn't clear that he had powers
Yeah. I
No,
was not at
until
that time. Yeah.
until we saw that he has powers. So yeah, he finesses his way in there, and he's getting real nervous about
Hmm.
the audition. And Trevor pulls him aside, and he's like, "Hey, here are some words of wisdom."
Hmm.
And he does the audition. And after that, they go get a drink. We find out that Trevor is sober.
Yeah.
And after Simon leaves, Trevor calls his handler. And he's like, I have made contact with Simon. He's like, yeah, because Simon has powers and he's dangerous and we need to get this handled. So he's working with, we don't know this yet, but he's working with the Department of Damage Control.
Yeah.
it's
So,
so crazy how they completely flipped that, like
yeah.
from the comics, like that. I think that's a really clever flip. Although I
Yeah. I do
do
too.
wish they would have did that TV show that they plan to do. That would have been
That
good too.
that did sound interesting, I will say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, random question. Did Vulture work for Damage Control?
yeah,
And that's
Yeah.
how he got access to the
yeah,
stuff.
Hmm.
Okay.
All
So
this
that
stuff.
so that was also Damage Control. I was just making sure.
Hmm.
yeah,
Um okay. So, whenever the first episode ended, what were your thoughts? Like, what was going on in your head when that first episode, when you saw them credits?
for
Jordan.
me, for me, I was
Yeah.
like that was a good first episode. That was a good pilot because especially like towards the end, like you was like, oh, wait a minute. Trevor, he up to something else right now, and it like kept me engaged. And on the first episode, didn't we unless that was the second episode, didn't we see him quickly like he was looking in the mirror and then like it started to shake or something? Was that in the first episode? So like I think when we first saw it, I thought it was an earthquake or something. So
I
like
want to say that was second.
I
was that
also want to
second
say that was
episode?
second
Okay,
episode.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well then, yeah, I would say this was like a really good first episode. It kept me interested, and I was like, I wanted to see what was Trevor like all about, what was going to happen. So yeah, for me, it was a good first episode.
Okay. I agree. After I saw the first episode, I was like, I need to know more. Like,
Yeah,
I need to know what the deal is. Because I wasn't sure if Simon had powers.
Mm,
Um, I mean, I assumed he did, but I was like, I don't. Or does he have powers yet, or does he acquire them late? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
right.
So yeah, like I wanna see what. Yeah, and I want to see what Trevor's deal is because Trevor saying, "Hey, I made contact," is like, oh shit, Trevor's up to something. And of
Yeah.
course, not by his own design, but yeah, like the fact that Trevor's working this as a job, I was like, oh,
you working with
okay,
the ops. Yeah.
The ops. Yeah. It's spinal, folks. For me, yeah, it just from the jump, it just had a different feel about it. It had a momentum. It felt like it was written really well, the first episode, and it felt like it had a plan of like that, like Spencer said, like I was like, oh, okay. Y'all got a path you want me to go on, and I'm interested. And like you said, Simon was interesting enough to where you're like, okay, I want to know more about this guy. And I just think that the actor is just so good. Like the
oh
dude
yeah,
is just so good like he's so good at playing a difficult actor. It was crazy. You know what I mean? And like the cast around him is good. And I heard somebody say it, and I was like, man, that's true. It felt like, and we'll talk about the show in general later, but just the vibe of it felt like an FX show. It felt like this
Oh,
was
I can see
like
that. Yeah.
FX quality of, you know what I
Well,
mean, show.
I didn't. I think the guy who made this also made um uh fuck, what's the dude name from the X-Men? He has a TV show, David Haller.
Legion?
Yeah, Legion.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that
Well, I
was a
mean,
really good show that was on
yeah.
FX.
Yeah, like that would make sense because it just felt like the quality was right. It felt like it felt like I was in LA. Like some Hollywood shows don't feel like you in LA really. But this felt like, oh, you in LA. Like this is LA culture and Hollywood and how actors feel when they gotta go do callbacks and all kind of random stuff. But after the first episode, I was like, interesting. Like I'm definitely interested, and this is the most interested I've ever been in Wonder Man. So
same. Because
yeah,
that was another piece of it is like I don't give a fuck about Wonder Man the character, so
sex.
y'all gonna have to do something.
Yeah, like if he didn't
But
have powers, I would be like, still like, I want to watch this still.
yeah, and again, I for me, Yaya had a lot to like. Them casting him was a good move for me because him
Yeah.
being in it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need to see
Hmm.
what he does with this
Yeah.
because I don't want them to waste him, but because he's so good, I'm gonna watch what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, uh, episode two, self-tape. We open with Trevor on a flight regaling a lady with stories of his history. At the airport, he is arrested by the FBI. He is offered a deal to get Simon to the Department of Damage Control to avoid prison time for his Mandarin activities. In Today Time, Janelle calls Simon and tells him that the Wonder Man audition went well, but she's still mad at him. He needs to do a self tape for an indie film to lock things in. The self tape isn't going super well, and Simon watches a video from back when he had a girlfriend. This frustration causes his powers to manifest or to activate. Trevor's handler gives him a ring that he needs to use to siphon all of the information from Simon's computer. Simon doesn't want to have the self tape at his house, so they go to a studio, and that doesn't work. So they go to Trevor's house, and that doesn't work. And eventually, they go to Captain Howard's house, and Simon ends up being offended, so they leave. They end up back at Simon's place, and they successfully record the self tape. Trevor is able to get the ring on the computer, and he finds the aftermath of Simon's powers. And that's the episode.
Good second
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. I think we did see his powers in the first episode.
You think that's what
Cause like,
happened?
I think I sw like he was like in the bathroom.
He
I'm
was
gonna
in
have
the
to go back and
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
remember which
Is
scene
it,
you're talking about.
was
Yeah,
that
like
episode
because he
two?
was getting ready for. Uh,
Because in episode one, he's like sitting on the couch, and then it happens.
Yeah. So you might be
But I
right.
think
Like that might have
I think
happened in
yeah,
episode one.
because I remember I think that's when I was like, oh, what can he do? Because when I first saw it, I honestly thought it was like an earthquake because it was California, so I was like, maybe it's an
Yeah.
earthquake or something. But then yeah, in the second episode, when you see him like sitting on the couch and he's like just trying to contain it, and then like you see stuff floating, I was like, oh, that might have been him on the first episode then.
Yeah.
Mm,
Because he be getting stressed
okay.
out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what
And
that
shout
was
out
the
to the
trigger, right?
effects team. Yeah.
Okay,
But like his eyes being like the indicator, that was dope. I don't know why,
yeah,
but the combination of purple and red, I don't know why, but that was dope.
It
Dope to
worked.
look. Yeah.
yeah, like they
Mm.
would zoom in on
Hmm.
like real close his face, and you could just see his eye like turning the color.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Hmm
like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, they were cooking with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll say it for you. Go ahead.
Okay. So we open Trevor's on a plane just talking to a lady,
Yapping.
yapping, just regaling her with stories. And soon as they get off the plane, he gets taken down and
Don't trip.
arrested by
Yeah.
the FBI. And that lady's
Yeah.
like, I don't know this man.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
So we see his handler, and that dude is like, hey, you still owe some prison time. And Trevor's like, I mean, uh, they broke me out. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Now,
You're right.
I didn't remember the part. Who broke him out?
Win Wu's people. So when
Okay.
it is my understanding, or at least from what I remember, Win Wu broke him out of that prison and put him in his own prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he
Okay.
was
Yeah.
there to help Shang-Chi do stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that. Okay.
So, yeah, like Win Wu was like, no, you will answer for your crimes from me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Um, so they offer him a deal. They say, you still owe us some prison time, so you can avoid that if you can get us this guy.
Hmm.
And, he immediately is like, I will take the deal. I don't give a fuck what the
Hmm.
deal is. I'm
Right.
taking it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he immediately is like, no, we're gonna have to get something like if he's an actor, we're gonna have to
Hmm.
get something that he really wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Um we go into daytime and Janelle calls Simon and is like, I am not happy with what you did. How dare
Yeah.
you? But also it went well. And he was like, it went well, didn't it? They loved me, didn't
Yeah. Yeah.
they? Yeah. She
Hmm.
was like, yes, but you need to do a self-tape for an indie film to really lock things in with this director.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he starts trying to do the self-tape. It's just not working. And he's going through other self-tapes that he has. And then he sees that his girlfriend was, there to help him do
Yeah.
all these things. And that causes him to, start
Yeah.
shaking things. And then there's an
Hmm.
explosion.
Yeah.
And so Trevor's handler is like, hey, here's a ring. You set it on his computer, and we got it from there. We'll just take
Yeah.
everything. He's like, all right, uh, we'll see what happens. So, and then Trevor's doing the whole like, he just texts me right now. He's like, I can't let him think I'm just sitting around waiting for him to text me.
Yeah. He's like, I'm good. It was funny, like when he was like, let's wait for a sec. And then he
Yeah.
waits like 10 seconds. He's like, all right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was gonna wait longer, but yeah, his handler was like, got
Yeah.
shit
Like,
to
bro,
do.
yeah. He's like, I'm a famous man. I'm not just by my phone all the time.
I'm not just
Right.
waiting for text from people. So yeah. So Trevor arrives and Simon is like, I'm not my place is no good. I don't want to do
Yeah.
a self-tape up there. So there's a studio over here, we can do it there.
Hmm.
And the lady is just doing too much.
Yeah.
And bad at doing too much. Like,
Hmm.
why are you terrible at this? And so yeah, they're like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll, take our stuff and leave. So they go to Trevor's house, and Trevor has very noisy neighbors to the
I thought
point
that
where
was gonna
like
be a trigger.
it could,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Could have
very
been.
possibly.
Like
Yeah.
I legit thought they were going to. Like I thought.
That's how Trevor
Simon
was
was going
gonna.
to go. Yeah, I thought that was going to like, find out. I thought Simon was going to go up there and like try to confront him and everything. I thought that's when we was going to find out. But he held it together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he's like, okay, that's stupid. And so Trevor's like, I have a friend that I can call
Yeah.
that will be able to, use his house. And as you know, Brandon's favorite movie is Bad Boys. My favorite movie is Bad Boys 2.
Yep.
They went to Captain Howard's house.
Captain Howard.
And I was like, oh shit, it's Captain Howard.
Yeah.
Uh, so, he's all
He's way older
impressed.
now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens.
And so, yeah, they're, at his house, and he and Trevor don't have a very great relationship.
Right. He keeps taking on his damn roles.
There's a rivalry thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And
Trevor was like basically like, you must not remember what happened. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you took
He's
my
trying
you
to.
took my role.
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm sure that he was like, no, I did you a favor because
Hmm.
you couldn't, you were strung out on whatever.
Right.
So yeah, that's just how the game goes. And then Captain Howard basically says to Simon, like, hey, acting is a job.
Yep.
That's all it is. It doesn't need to be any more than that.
Hmm.
And Simon is like, well, fuck you. We're
Yeah.
leaving. And
Yeah.
Trevor is like, acting is not a job, it's a calling.
Yeah.
So how dare you? But yeah, so they leave his house, and then Simon is like, you know what? I know where we can go.
Yeah.
And they just go to his house,
Take it back
and
to my crib.
yeah, they're able to get it done. They're able to he has a good self tape. And then Simon is like, hey, I'm gonna go pee. And so Trevor puts the ring on to the
Hmm.
computer. It starts siphoning off all the information. And then Trevor starts being nosy,
Yeah.
looking around. And we see like the crack in the wall he
Yeah.
just put a sheet over it or
Sheet
whatever.
over it. Yeah.
And then he, pulls the sheet down, and Simon walks in and he's like, you want some pizza?
You
Let's
know, in that situation, if you're Simon, I don't even know how you cover that up.
Yeah.
Like, that is a like you can't even say I ran into the wall. Like, what do you even say? That is a massive, that's a massive mark on the wall. What do you say?
That's why he
I
didn't.
just, yeah.
Well, I
He's
Say
mean,
like
imagine
you,
like you got to get that fixed though. Like
yeah, because that's
the
an apartment.
landlord, the
I
landlord
mean,
come in there and you're gonna be like,
bro,
my couch hit the wall.
the
Like, what do you
apartments, I
say?
don't know.
Explaining that one's going to be tough.
Bro, they come in there and
Yeah.
go change. They come in there and come change your uh
Filter.
not the yeah come in there and change the filter. They see that. What you gonna say?
It's like, what the fuck is this?
It was like that when I got here.
Yeah.
There's really nothing you can say to that. Like that's
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
sure you have to be like, I just won't get my deposit back.
Yeah, this is,
Unless you just try to fix that yourself. But I'm like, I don't know what you do.
yeah, no, you
Yeah,
gotta, that's a whole project.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. When I was like, oh dear,
Yeah.
man, he shook the entire building.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a proper explosion.
Hmm.
So yeah. So yeah, after episode 2, I was also like, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm ready
Same.
to
Same.
I'm ready to see yeah, because we didn't even see his powers. We just kind of know what happened.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
start to see them build the friendship a little more. Like Simon stood up for
Yeah. Trevor.
whatever his name, Trevor. Yeah, he stood
Yeah.
up for him, and like that was a big deal. And even when he did the tape in the house, like it looked like they were having a conversation back and forth with each other,
Yeah.
but it
And
was
that's the
like
thing,
it was
like,
really just for his tape. So it's like
yeah,
they
like
already
Yeah.
building a friendship.
Trevor has actually been helping
Yeah.
uh
Coaching them up.
yeah, like
Simon,
Simon as an
yeah,
actor. Like he's
Yeah.
yeah,
actually been a mentor.
Hmm.
And he's actually shown that whenever Simon does get stressed out, like Trevor can kind of get him right.
Yeah.
Because we saw
yeah.
that whenever they did the very first audition.
It was is
Hmm.
that the box? Is that when they did the box thing? To breathe in
I
and breathe out. Oh
don't know
no,
if they
no,
did.
no. He
No,
basically no. He
that's,
Yeah.
took his notes. He took his
yeah.
notes and was
Yeah.
like, just forget your
Yeah.
notes and just kind
Hmm.
of go in. Yeah,
Yeah. He
Yeah.
said, yeah,
Yeah.
let all the air out of your lungs and just go. Because
yeah.
Yeah.
right
That's what
now
it
Yeah.
you're
was.
thinking too much.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. This this episode, like I keep saying it, but this episode reminded me of FX just because it was an adventure. Like it was like one house, you have a little funny moment, jump to the next on the it's like you jump into the
yeah,
car, jump into the next one. So it was really cool. Like, and I think, like you said, I said the chemistry between them two are really good. That's not a chemistry of actors I would have ever been like, oh yeah, those two would be great together.
same.
But yeah, but I mean, that's like a tag team right there. Like they both are really
Yeah,
good,
They do a great job.
and they really did. And it was just like, okay, I mean, like I said, you could take the superhero part out of it so far and be like, these two are on an adventure together. I'd be like, okay, so far
that
I'm working with it.
that's my thing. I've been telling everybody like this show, it feels like a normal show with someone who just happened to have superpowers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it was
And on
just
top
a
of that, you barely even got to see his powers.
yeah,
yeah.
it was just like a buddy betrayal.
It was
Hmm.
just yeah, just like just like a straight slice of life. They just going through life with these dudes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what it is to be a struggling actor.
Struggling
Yeah,
act, exactly. Yeah.
and then he just happened to have powers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, and that's what I love is whenever I'm watching something and it's like, oh, by the way,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
these people got power.
That's a
Like it's a good story, it's a good situation. P.S. We got
yeah.
power sprinkled in.
Yeah, it was an added element. And then when they did the powers, it looked cool.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
was well
mean?
done.
It was like,
there was
ooh,
no superhero. Like I don't know. I feel like I was gonna say this part for the end, but like there was no big battle, no bad guy. The bad guy you could say is like himself. Like he was really
yeah,
battling himself.
Yeah,
yeah.
But like
I mean the
Damage
bad
control,
there's
guy's
really.
kind of the Department of Damage
Yeah,
Control, like if you
yeah.
want to call a villain,
The
but
big
like
bad and the over the top, but they're not like directly, you know what I
yeah,
yeah,
mean? Yeah.
and they're
yeah,
not
and this was
bad.
good.
They're doing their job.
Yeah, they're trying to do the good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the reason I guess we see them as the villain is because it's a Wonder Man show, but like if we were watching the show from their perspective, they are trying to capture a potentially dangerous
Yeah.
superpowered individual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Like dangerous
imagine
and
this is real
unstable.
life. Yeah, if this is
Yeah.
in real life, we're like, oh, he got powers. He can potentially wipe out a city. Yeah, yeah,
Get his
Yeah.
ass.
we
We
need to
gotta
get
get him
him.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
We got
gotta
to
get
get
him.
him.
Get him off these
So
streets.
Because
yeah,
unstable, like he has shown us that he's unstable with
Yeah.
what we saw. So we're like, yeah, we gotta
Yeah,
somebody gotta pick him up.
it's like a nuclear bomb just walking around. He's just like, nah, can't have
literally.
it. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
can't have that. No.
So yeah, that's what I really appreciate about the show. Like it felt like a normal TV show, and
Yeah.
then this dude just happened. And you only see his powers to like what the last episode, like the last 15 minutes, maybe.
eh. We'll see what
Yeah.
all he can do because we just see
Yeah.
like we just see little pieces.
Yeah, little pieces. He broke it out with that little. We'll talk about that in one episode.
Because yeah,
But
like
yeah,
right now, all we know is that like he has tiny explosions.
yeah,
I
yeah,
And
mean,
yeah,
we
the
barely
reason I
even
say
know that.
tiny, the reason I say tiny is just because he didn't blow the wall out. Like he just like
It was a
kind of
shockwave.
yeah,
yeah.
but
Little blast.
everything was still intact.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah, like we don't know the extent. We don't know a lot yet.
Yeah.
yeah. Like literally, I just didn't know what his powers was still at this point.
Yeah. So episode 3, Pacoima. We open in a flashback where a doctor is examining Simon after a house fire. In today time, the Department of Damage Control is facing budget cuts because they have a giant prison and it's empty. And Simon's computer didn't really have anything incriminating on it. Trevor's handler tells him to go with Simon to his mother's birthday party and wear a wire so that they can get information. Trevor gets very little information from Simon's family, but does learn from his mother that he was a very lonely child. During an argument with his brother, Simon ends up destroying the kitchen island with his powers. Simon tells Trevor that he is the first person outside of his family to see that side of him, and Trevor breaks the wire. Simon gets a call from his agent that he and Trevor got callbacks for Wonder Man. That's the
Love it.
episode.
Love it.
I feel really good about keeping these tight because
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of dialogue in this episode
Yeah. Heavy.
because
It
he was with
was
his family.
exactly. It was people in a room talking. Yeah. Um.
So
Yeah.
first,
Go
Oh, go ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say, I know for like me, I made a note in my notes. We saw a image of Danny Terrero, Danny, I never know how to say his name correctly, but I mean we know a dude from Dusk Till Dawn, Machete,
Danny
Danny
Trejo.
Trejo, yeah. There
Yes,
was like
Danny
a big
Trejo was
image
on a
of
building.
him, yeah,
And yeah,
and there
when
was
I
so
saw
many
that, I was
references
like,
to real life,
yeah, we're in California.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Danny Trejo. He's great. Um, so yeah, we see in a flashback that there was a house fire and Simon is unhurt at all.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
just nothing happened. Like this is a perfectly healthy boy.
Right.
And then we see that the Department of Damage Control is kind of having a meeting and they're like, "Hey, things aren't looking good.
Yeah.
Budgets aren't balancing, and we have this huge state-of-the-art prison that is empty.
Yeah.
We gonna have to do something because it's not looking good." But he basically was kind of like, "All of you may not have your jobs, so you need to
Yeah.
impress me because layoffs
Yeah.
are coming."
Exactly.
That's what
Hmm.
that felt like.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, if you want
Which
to
is
keep your
crazy.
job, you
Like,
better do something.
how many movies are we in? How many TV shows are we in? And these villains be having superpowers, and you mean to tell me y'all ain't got nobody in this prison? Y'all barely got folks in there?
It's not
Y'all ain't
full.
doing your job.
It's
Yeah.
not full
They're not
though.
making money off of it.
Yeah,
And, when it's full, they can make money.
yeah.
I blame the
Yeah.
Avengers. Avengers need to do their job, get these people locked up.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
Avengers?
yeah, we got
Oh, you're right.
the B
You're right.
squad.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
Red Hulk is in there though, right? Red Hulk is in there.
The B squad.
Uh,
Red Hulk is in there. That's true. Because during the Sokovia Accords and Civil War, Falcon was in there, Hawkeye was in
yeah, you're
there.
right. They all gone. Yeah.
So yeah, like Abomination was in there, but fucking I think Wong came and got him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. They probably gonna be putting regular people off in there. Yeah, yeah, you're right. They need to do this for their job.
I mean, and
Telling you.
they, I mean, we'll talk about when we get there. Be like,
Hey,
Trevor is regular.
Yeah.
that's true. Have we in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is this the only prison? Because like in the comics, obviously there's multiple big prisons.
Yep,
No, it's the one in the water.
the raft.
The raft.
Did something happen to the raft or no?
I don't think so.
No? Well, why
This,
did
I
they
mean,
build this
that
second one?
this is on the West Coast. The other one, I think, was in. I say DC. I don't think it's
It's
DC.
that region.
Yeah, it might be over Virginia or something. Yeah,
Honestly,
Okay.
I don't fully remember because like where is I feel like because we know that like Scorpion is in a pretty regular prison, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, Vulture, I don't remember where Vulture is. Like there are some people that it's like should probably still be somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
my thinking was, yeah, why did you build this when you had the raft that was there that you could have took them too easy?
I mean, there's a lot of villains, brother.
I mean, and it could be a situation where the raft is full, so they had to.
Yeah, like if I catch a big time villain in California, I don't want to fly them to the east side to the
That's
raft.
fair.
I want
Okay, that's
to,
fair.
you know what I mean? I want to have my own. Now, there's problems with both sides, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay,
I
I can accept
didn't
that.
I will say I like the scene and I also didn't like the scene because I like that it was, you know, referencing a thing that happens in real life, but as a black man, I didn't like that it was a discussion of we need to fill this prison.
Hey man, we need
Because
Oh
to fill
yeah.
it. Nah, bro. In this world of superpower villains, I need to fill. Come on, man.
I'm
I
talking
need that.
about
Keep rolling in.
I'm talking about the concept of the prison industrial complex and filling prisons with specific people for the
I'm
sake
good.
of filling
No,
the
I'm good.
prison.
I need it.
Well,
I need that. You got
So,
powers? I need that.
okay.
I'm all for it. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
donate to that campaign.
what if they just haven't done anything? And they just so happen to have superpowers. They just haven't committed a crime.
I don't know. We signed on the Sokovia Accord, so if I find out you got powers, you might have to get
Get
like it
locked
might
up.
depend. Yeah, depend on what you can do. If you can just like grow a
And
third hand, you probably good. But
freaking
if you out
sheep.
here, yeah, if you out here shooting flames out your hands, I need you locked up, boy. Uh-uh.
We cap over here, baby.
Nah, see, that's the problem. See, uh-uh. And where Cap at now?
living a life.
Nah, I need superpowers
Where's
and
your
just
boy?
locked up.
Where's your boy Tony at?
Don't. Wow.
R.I.P. bro.
boy, boy,
Oh
barbecue.
Uh,
God.
oh
Uh,
wait, one last thing. Did they create that prison in Ant-Man 3? No, that was the microverse, right? There was no prison there.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
never
don't
mind.
think so.
Okay. All right, all right.
Ant-Man 3 is a blur, gonna be honest.
I remember they went to, but it wasn't the prison. I thought they were talking about making a prison. I might just be
I
thinking
want
of
to say
comics.
that was an idea, making a prison. I remember that a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
I don't remember what from what show, but yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we see that discussion where they say, hey, it's not looking good. We need to fill up this prison, or you're going to lose your jobs, basically.
Mhm.
And so Trevor's handler is telling Trevor, like, hey, you need to go to Simon's mom's birthday in Pacoima. You need to get some information because that computer had absolute, it was just so many tapes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that should let you know he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
But all right, we're still going to surveil him. And because he has powers, it's like, okay. But again,
Hmm.
as a black person watching this,
Nope.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't, oh, this,
Nope.
oh,
I was like, lock him up, dude. Was like, get him off the streets. My boy
see,
can
This man
explode.
is
people from the hood are
Uh,
conservative. Here's
this
proof.
nigga. This nigga with ice.
nah.
This nigga, bro.
People from the hood are
Golly.
conservatives.
Nah, I
There you
see what he
go.
Bro.
can do, bro. I think about the potentials. He got the power to explode this whole building. Go look at his apartment. Lock him up, dude.
He
Mm-mm.
ain't done nothing to nobody for 30 years.
Yeah,
You
like,
just like lock him up.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would
God.
be interested to know their reasonings for wanting to lock him up though, because they didn't say their motivation or anything, right?
They said he has powers and he's unstable and he's
Dangerous.
dangerous. Like
Yeah.
that's,
But how did they know he was unstable?
That's the point.
yeah,
Trigger words. He's dangerous. And just by being alive, he's dangerous.
But
yeah.
He's
He's
but
unstable because they don't have control of him.
yeah.
well, I was like, but like they don't know his childhood or anything, right? Like they don't
No.
know.
I think it's a
Did,
situation where they have suspicions but no hard proof.
I was like,
So
how did they figure out he had powers?
I would imagine that just kind of him being alive, there have been situations that have led them to believe that he has powers.
So you think when New York happened, the Battle of New York? See, that's the problem with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's because we got so much extra stuff. Where he was at?
Well, he
It was
didn't
in
want anybody to know
California.
he had powers. But yeah, he was also in California.
That's why I was like, why are we acting like he's not in
Okay,
Hollywood?
Yeah.
okay,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
like,
That's
because
fair.
even like when the Shang-Chi stuff was happening, that was in California, but he wasn't in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Where he
But
was at
yes,
when Thanos snapped.
he is actively trying to hide his powers. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, bro, he should took that bus. He should took that flight to New York, help out, man. They needed him.
See, they should have. I wonder if they should have. Because what did the. We'll talk about the dad. How did the dad die?
I thought in the fire, but that's not clear.
Okay.
Because
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
whenever because in this episode, we just see that there was a house fire and he was perfectly fine. That
yeah.
led me to believe that he accidentally started the house fire with his powers and his dad perished in that fire. That's what I gathered from that. But I
yes,
don't
Mm,
yeah.
know if that's the case.
okay.
Because
Because I was
I
like,
don't know if that's confirmed.
because I was like, what if they. This probably smart they didn't do this, but I was like, I wonder if they did it. He was in a Thanos snap. It just didn't come back or something like that. But I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they kept it singular and contained. But I was just like, he died, nobody else died. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. But yeah, I wonder how long like they've been watching him and everything else.
Yeah, it's safe to assume that there was an incident or something that caused them to start, surveilling him.
What and
Mhm.
what he was doing? So he was he watching the battle in Wakanda just on TV? Maybe no, I wouldn't even televised, so he probably wouldn't even know what was going on in Wakanda, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't streaming it.
So,
That'd be
yeah.
fire if they were. Though.
Yeah, like if the world was just watching that.
Yeah, you just watch Cap and T'Challa. You can watch Cap beat T'Challa in the race.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that was that. Okay. I don't know. Sometimes I think about like these heroes, like where they was at during the Battle of
No,
New
I do
York,
too. I think about it all the
you know,
time.
or just anything major that's ever happened. Like where were they at?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's really a question with the Eternals. Like, y'all should have
No,
been
one
involved
hundred percent,
with so many things.
100%.
But
Yep.
yeah, Simon was actively trying to hide the fact that he had powers.
Right.
And
Because
we don't know how old Simon is, right? So he could have been like real young, honestly, because the Avengers time like is basically matched up with our world. I think they might be like 3 years ahead of us, but like he could have been like maybe even a teenager. And we don't even know how old Simon is at this point.
Yeah, I
yeah, I'm
mean,
thinking.
safe
Yeah,
to
man.
assume
Yeah,
he's a grown ass man, but
Yeah, but he could be our age, like he could be
uh,
30.
yeah, it's
And
unclear.
if that happened in 2008, he would have been, high school maybe.
it happened in
So,
2012.
oh,
Right.
2012.
Avengers came out in 20,
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
was
2012.
maybe a young adult, maybe not. We don't know.
20
Yeah.
early 20s. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um.
anyway, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Trevor kind of invites himself to the his mom's birthday because Trevor's like, "Oh, I want to go," and he's like, "Okay," uh,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "You know what? It would probably it'd be great to have a buffer there.
Yeah.
So I actually am
Simon,
gonna have you come through."
Trevor was on some whole shit here.
I
This is
agree.
what maybe disappointed him in this. He disappointed me in this one.
I
He ain't
didn't.
had no choice, but
Yeah, I didn't love it. Like
Yeah.
Trevor, this is the episode where it's like, yeah, he's slimy.
Hmm.
yeah,
But again,
yeah.
that's what he was
He
hired
ain't
to
trying to
He's
be.
an
go to
actor.
jail.
He's an actor.
Yeah,
You
he
know what
was
I mean? He had
hired
to
to be
play the
slimy.
role. Yeah.
So yeah, he's just, talking to random family members, trying to get information about
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and Simon is also talking to his family members, and they're just, talking shit in his face.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can
Oh
understand
man,
y'all.
that was rough.
Hmm.
That was
I'm like,
rough.
how your family forget you can literally speak the same language?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was also very clear that he and his brother had a turbulent relationship because
Hmm.
his brother was very much like, get a real job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. He's trying to
That's
be
And
a struggling actor.
yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people's. I mean, not even black people's experience. Just a lot of people, just in general.
yeah, like
You
there are a lot of people who, yeah, who will go for an artistic thing and their family
yeah.
will be like, no.
I want to be a
No.
rapper.
Yeah. Especially that older generation. Nah, get you a job, work there for 20, 40 years, get you a little pinch. You know what I mean? They think it's
Hmm.
all, you know what I mean? They don't even think creatively in that way.
Yeah. Because there are so many people who fail. And honestly, like it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, it
Like
wants
it's coming from a
stability, but
place of I don't want you to be a failure. I don't want you to be broke. Like I want you to be successful. And this is probability wise the best way to do that
yeah,
because the likelihood of this working out is incredibly low.
yeah,
And so you need to choose security over ambition.
right.
So yeah, we see that. And eventually the brother's like, hey, Trevor, why are you here? Like,
Yeah,
what are you even doing here? Like,
yeah, because he started talking a little too much. Like, why
who,
you even here?
yeah, this is my
Yeah,
mother's birthday with my mother's friends. Who are
yeah,
you?
yeah.
And so, yeah. And again, not mad at the brother for that one.
Oh no, yeah, no. I would ask the same thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's being slimy still. And he eventually has a conversation with Simon's mother. And Simon's
Mhm.
mother's basically like, I'm just really glad that Simon has a friend.
Man, this
That boy
part
said
was like,
straight loser.
damn,
This
it's
part was
Yeah.
tough.
tough. I was
He
like,
said, I'm really glad he
golly,
has a friend because there was one day, you know, he got hurt and he said something to me that he's never said before. And he's just
yeah,
like, thank you for loving me or something.
yeah,
Is like, I thought that he was cool being alone.
yeah.
Like there because being alone and being lonely aren't necessarily the same thing.
True,
Yeah.
But yeah, he was
facts.
like, no, I thought my boy was fine being alone, but he's lonely.
Yeah,
He was a quiet boy. He didn't make a whole lot of friends, so
hmm
I'm really glad you're here.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that he was able to make a friend that is in his world.
Yeah.
And then, the brother and him get into an argument. Basically, him saying, like, you're a failure.
Hmm.
I know something happened on American Horror Story.
Yeah.
You can't lie to me. And then he tells him he gets fired, and, he's like, you're using up mom's money, yada, yada.
That was
And
crazy. We would have to go to blows, bro. I
Well,
be
yeah,
on
because he was like,
call.
you didn't buy. He was like, you didn't buy this gift.
You didn't even buy your own get. Yeah, we had to go to blows. You ain't got to call me out like that. That's
yeah.
crazy.
And
That's
so, yeah, he gets pissed off and he
yeah.
destroys the island. And the brother's like, God damn it, Simon.
Immediately, like
Yeah, because he's like, I bought this new kitchen.
yeah. I mean, he
We,
shatters that joint.
yeah, like, yeah, all the way down. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh. And
Yeah.
whenever, based on his brother's response, I was like, okay, they know he has powers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
when I knew. Like they didn't react or anything.
Yeah,
Like
like they,
Yeah.
yeah, like his brother was kind of like, why would you do that? Rather than how did you do that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
So since, yeah,
Hmm.
based on his brother's reaction, I was like, okay, so they knew he had powers. And of
Yeah.
course, we know that Trevor knows.
Right.
But yeah, so Simon tells Trevor like, "Hey, you're the only person outside of my family who has ever seen that."
Hmm.
And Trevor kind of wants to be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up," because
Yeah.
like, stop talking. Of course, he
Yeah.
can't do
Yeah.
that.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
so
Pull over.
yeah, eventually he's like, "I need to go pee,"
Yeah.
and so he destroys the wire because
Good for
again,
him.
Trevor. After his mom told him that, Trevor was like, "Well, shit."
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Damn.
And Trevor's not a bad dude.
No.
and at
No.
that
No.
point, I was like, oh man, when Simon finds out, it's gonna be real bad.
That's what I
Same.
said.
I thought the same. I was like, damn, that when that drops, it's gonna be hard for him to accept that one.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
Trevor might die. Like,
Yeah, if he explode on him, he's going in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paul.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
all
Yeah,
right.
my fault.
I'm just saying, he said if it explode on him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. My fault.
Yeesh.
I don't know which Wonder Man you was watching.
Uh,
Guys, we gotta stop.
yeah. No,
We
we gotta
gotta.
progress in
Oh,
society, man.
it's
Come
so
on,
bad.
man.
The
You see how
whole
we just
we had to take a moment to. Yeah, that's we gotta be better. I might decide in 2026. I'm not doing the pause shit.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead and say
saying
all
what I
stuff
want to
because I'm
say.
definitely gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna keep saying it too. I'm like, whoa.
I know,
yeah,
but
we know.
whatever. It's fine. So yeah, Trevor destroys the wire, and then they get a call from the agent saying, "Hey, we got callbacks for Wonder Man."
Yeah, that's
Okay,
dope.
good news. Things are
Hmm.
looking up.
Yes, sir.
And that takes us to episode 4, Doorman. We open with DeMar the Doorman Davis just enjoying his job. He takes some trash out and ends up in another dimension. Now, he's Cloak. He just has powers all of a sudden. The next day at work, there's a fire, so he uses his powers to get everybody out of the building. Josh Gad decides to hire him as his bodyguard and convinces him to star in a heist movie with him. DeMar becomes a huge success, and we are taken through his rise and fall. Just as things are looking bad for DeMar, a sequel to the heist movie pops up. Unfortunately, during filming, Josh Gad jumps into DeMar and never comes back out. This leads to the creation of the Doorman Clause, which pretty much means superpowered individuals will never be actors. And that's the episode.
Man.
So this
I
episode is
think this
straight up
was.
a filler side quest.
Oh yeah, no, I think the next episode is too. But once you finish it, it has more meaning.
Oh
But
yeah,
I think
we
this is
needed
the
this episode.
episode. I think this is the episode when I text y'all and I asked y'all, have y'all watched it yet? Because I was like, did they just introduce Cloak?
That's what
I had no idea who Doorman was.
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't know that was a different person. Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was Cloak.
I did too. I did too.
So
Um,
For the record, Jordan, can you give everybody just a tight who Cloak is? Just real
Yeah,
tight.
Cloak Tyrone Johnson, his power is basically what you kind of see Doorman do, but he can open up his cloak and it can transport you to anywhere that
Yeah,
you want to go. So you don't just go through him, you are actually being teleported to a location. He is often seen with Dagger, who is the girl who basically became best friends with nothing sexual or anything. But yeah, he just opens up I think it's to the dark dimension, honestly. I think it's what you travel through.
yeah,
But yeah, that's literally what, but I knew his name was Tyrone Johnson. And so I was
gotcha.
like, that's the only reason I knew it wasn't Cloak at that point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cloak is very, very valuable Avenger. They use him a lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, we had heard the doorman clause referenced
Hmm.
earlier in the show. So we were like, okay, obviously they're going to tell us what that means. So we just see DeMar enjoying his job as a security guard or as a bouncer,
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
doorman. And he enjoys his boss. Like, he's happy to be here. And his boss says
mhm,
to him, like, I'm not used to people staying this long because we're in Hollywood. People outgrow this. And he was like, I
yeah,
mean, I'm good.
yeah.
When she said that, I was probably like, dang, I never even thought about that. You probably right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much different than, because restaurants, like waiters and waitresses often don't stay at a place for very long.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are certain jobs that just come with high turnover.
Wait,
And in
Spencer,
Hollywood, that's one of them.
I I meant to ask because I kind of recognize this guy a little bit. This guy's a stand-up comedian. I didn't know if you'd seen him before, the actor that plays Doorman.
I don't think I have. Or at least I feel like I've seen him in shows like Guy Code, like those type of shows where it's just a
Oh,
bunch of
okay, yeah,
comedians responding to something.
yeah.
I've seen him in shows like that. And I don't know if Guy Code specifically, but I've seen him in a show like Guy Code or like those most embarrassing video
No, I
type
said Geico. You're
shows.
right. I didn't know. I don't know
Yeah.
who he is, but yeah, I looked him up
Oh,
just now and it says Geico.
Said
Yeah.
he was in The Shy. Um, Honey Boy. I don't remember Honey Boy, but
okay.
yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, I just wanted to know if I recognize him or not.
that's I feel like I've seen him on shows like that. So I guess Guy
Uh,
Code is the one, but yeah, like those funniest home video shows where or most embarrassing videos where it'll be like a top 10 of embarrassing videos and then comedians will just commentate on the videos.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, other than I haven't seen his like stand up or anything. Like
Uh,
but based on seeing him in those places, I assumed he was a comedian.
Same.
So yeah. He's yeah, he's basically saying like, "No, I'm good." And his boss is like, "Hey, take out this trash." So he does, and he sees some goop, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, he just yeah, he and
Yeah, I don't
he
know.
should have I was like, "That wasn't very black of you. You should have just
Exactly.
minded your business."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kept it moving.
But because yeah, if I saw that, I'd be like, "Nope. I'm not trying to get that on my shoes."
Honestly, I probably wouldn't even saw it. Like I just took trash out and went on about my way,
Kept it
looking at my
going,
phone or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so and I want to say I don't know if it was like Raxon was the company
Oh,
name,
Roxanne.
Roxon,
Yeah.
and they made it looked like they made it a point to make sure that we knew that that's what that was.
Mm,
I'm not familiar with Roxon. I don't know what that is, but
So
like how we'll see like Essex Corp or like
yeah.
it felt like one of those like they put it there
which
for the
I
people
think
who
we
know.
have seen it before. I think we have seen Roxanne before. I know for sure in the Cloak and Dagger show that is literally where they get their powers from. They literally go to Roxanne.
Well,
Um,
that would and us thinking he was Dagger or Cloak, there it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think we've seen Roxanne before in the MCU.
so if
Okay.
Roxxon is directly tied to Cloak and Dagger, then yeah, okay. They
Yeah.
wanted us to think this was Cloak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that's good to know. So he ends up in the sunken place and now he's got powers. He's cloaked now.
Something
So
place.
the next day at work, there's a fire, and we see Josh Gad as himself, and he's just kind of in here.
Yeah.
And the fire is happening, and he accidentally finds out he has powers when he's at the house because he has a dog, and his dog like runs through him, and then he falls through
Oh
the floor.
yeah.
Yeah, like so.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lady who's. Why is your door open? And you're in the
Yeah,
shower.
yeah. That was
What are you
crazy.
doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, so he
Wait,
gets his
wait, wait,
dog.
wait. Y'all take a shower with the door open?
Not the door to
Wait.
my place open.
Oh, that door. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I forgot her door. Her door. I'm thinking you're talking about the
Even.
bathroom
Yeah.
door.
Door
Okay.
to the
Yeah.
bathroom. I don't do that either because I don't want all the steam getting in the rest of the house.
Same. But I did if you did.
Oh yeah, leave that shit
Yeah,
open. Turn on the little fan.
or close the door and turn on the fan. But
Nah.
anyway, um, so he is able to get into because he can't get through the door where the fire
Hmm.
is happening. So everybody in there is going to die, and he makes his way through the door, and he's like, "Hey, everybody, get inside me!" And the girls are like, "The fuck you just say?"
Hey, yo. Chill,
Freaky
bro.
ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Josh Gad is like, "No, guys, I think that he means
Yeah.
go inside of him." And so Josh Gad goes in there and he's like, "It's safe, guys." So he's able
Yeah.
to get everybody out. And then Josh Gad is like, "Hey, I want you to work for me." And he's like, "I'm good with where I am."
Yeah.
He's like, "I pay 200K." He's like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
"And yeah, I'm your new bodyguard."
Yeah.
And so, TMZ is catching them doing shit, whatever. And then he's like, "Hey, let's do this heist movie." And they were trying to figure out the best way to do it. And Josh Gad was like, "I have an idea."
Hmm.
And DeMar says, "I don't think we should use my actual powers. I think you should use CGI. I think that you should movie
Yep.
magic this."
Hmm.
And Josh Gad is like, "Nope, practical effects."
Yep.
So
Ding
they
dong.
they make the movie. It's a huge success, and DeMar is on a high. Everything's going well for him, and then he starts to look at internet comments,
Yep.
Yeah, that's where
and
it went wrong at.
yeah, he
Hmm.
starts to,
Drinking.
comedians start, getting a hold of him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Oh man,
people.
I just thought about. You remember that one time I got mad at that dude who said something to him on Twitter about because I got mad because I didn't like Atlantis being called Telecon. Y'all remember that? That's
No,
just
tell
internet.
us
Y'all
about it.
remember that? Y'all do. Y'all
Kinda.
remember
I remember
when I
you
think.
feeling that way. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just thought about internet comments. It's probably why you shouldn't go read them.
Oh yeah, no. Unless
Yeah.
unless you were unbothered, and unless you can stay unbothered by internet comments, you should not do that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I feel like I got bothered at first, and I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I don't
Yeah,
even
like
care.
the internet is a terrible
Someone was
place
hot
when
about
you.
some.
Well, yeah, come on, man. Why are we not calling it Atlantis? Why are we calling it Telecon? Why we just can't call it Atlantis? Like, what are we doing?
Bro,
That's
that was
that's
a
stupid.
whole. That was a whole era of the League of Melanated Gentlemen.
Yeah, because that
that was
spanned
that
a
was
few
Yeah.
episodes.
Hmm.
Anytime it came up.
yeah,
Anytime.
because that was so stupid. And then the Miss Marvel X-Men thing or mutant thing.
Yeah.
That one, I knew that one was gonna get you. Like I
Oh,
knew.
Yeah.
and then it came to the comics. Oh God, we
Yeah.
ain't seen her since. I hope she. Never mind. Go ahead.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa.
I was gonna say I hope she don't
Wow.
appear no more, but I know she's gonna appear.
Jeez.
Okay. That was a
Trying to
clean version
eliminate
because
diversity characters. It's crazy,
you were
man.
about to say you hope she
Some,
was
yeah.
dead.
It was my stuff today, man. Yeah, chill.
Yeah. It's Black History Month.
Yeah,
You're right.
facts.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Anyway,
What if they
we
announced Black
see
Panther during Black History Month? Is that racist? They
That'd
say
be
we
kind of fire.
replace we found who we're gonna replace and we announced it during Black History Month.
Good news either way, it don't matter.
Okay, all right. Continue. My bad. I'm done.
well, we love a sidebar.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like intrusive thoughts sometimes.
Hmm.
And that's the thing, like we welcome those here. A lot of
Yeah.
podcasts would cut those out. No, we leave it all in. We leave it in for
Yeah,
you.
absolutely do. Yep.
Because we know that you want to know what's happening in Jordan's mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because what a place
specifically.
it is.
yeah. Oh, we didn't reference the Gaston reference too. I wrote that down in my notes too.
Yeah, they referenced Gaston and they referenced Frozen, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he had the Frozen song.
Yeah, so
That's
yeah, because
great.
he was Olaf and LeFou, and they
Hmm.
may have referenced one more, I don't remember. But yeah, we see that Damar never wanted he never wanted this. Like he wasn't trying to be famous, and it was kind of just thrust upon him. And yeah, we see him drinking.
Yeah.
And yeah, things aren't looking good for him.
Hmm.
And because he's got, things that are past due.
Yep.
Because,
Yeah.
one of the internet comments was, when is his 15 minutes going to be over?
Yeah. It's tough.
And that's what it was. Yeah, like that's where we were going.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he
to be
wasn't
fair,
getting.
we think about that a lot of time when we see like these people blow up on TikTok or something like that,
Oh yeah,
and we're just like, all right, we're over it.
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
And it was so funny because the whole ding dong thing, whenever he was like, why isn't it knock knock? That would make more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
um, he gets a call from Josh Gad that says, hey, we're doing a sequel. And he's like, oh, absolutely, I'm in
Perfect.
because I need the money.
Hmm.
So, sequel comes around. He's drinking, he's drunk, and they're doing the scene. And Josh Gad goes in, and Damar vomits,
Yeah.
and Josh does not come out.
Never to be heard from again.
Okay. Did we? I was a little confused. Are we saying that when he jumped in, due to the fact that homie's powers didn't work all the way, he's now throwing up the remains of homie, or did dude go into a dimension, go somewhere that he can't come back out of
He went.
homie?
He went to that door dimension.
Yeah, like I think he's just where the doors are, and he's just
Yeah.
stranded there. I don't think
Got
the
it.
vomit was related to Josh specifically,
Got it. Okay.
but I do, yeah. I think that was just so that we could see that he was uh very intoxicated.
Yeah.
And I don't know if using his powers had any effect on his stomach because they were making stomach gurgly noises
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
while this was happening. So, yeah, I think that the vomit was just to signal to us, like, hey, he is highly intoxicated, and that is the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it is, and I don't know if it's a situation where his powers just stopped working or like that's unclear.
Yeah. I feel like he couldn't, at least from the vibe, it felt like he couldn't focus well enough to,
Yeah.
pull off the
And
scene.
that's what I thought. But then whenever the news was like Josh Gad has been missing for it felt like they said he'd been missing for a while. Like he just hadn't come
Yeah.
back at all.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, so because it, it would stand to reason that his powers would come back once he was no longer drunk because he would have
Yeah.
control
True.
of himself again.
Hmm.
But yeah, like, or is Josh Gad just gone forever? Did he lose? Like that's unclear. But
Yeah.
I don't know if we were supposed to care about that.
Yeah. It's kind of more important that
Yeah.
he didn't pull it off.
So yeah, like the what we were supposed to gather from this was anybody with superpowers is banned from movies and TV.
Yeah.
And that's what we were supposed to understand. That's what the point was of this entire episode was that superpowered people can't be in movies or TV.
Yep.
So, cool. That was the episode. And again, that was a filler, that was a side quest cuz none of our people were in that episode at all.
Yeah.
It's interesting in an 8 episode season, it felt like we had two filler episodes because I think the next episode coming up, it felt like filler at the time when I was watching it, and then it just added on to the brotherhood that Trevor and them built up because they referenced it literally in the last episode. I'm just thinking about like how I felt after watching this one and then the next one.
I agree. The next one, I think because it had our people in it, it didn't feel like filler, and it gave us some background on Trevor. But yeah, like the adventure they went on Completely filler.
Yeah,
Yeah, that and honestly, I really enjoyed this episode,
I
so
did too.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was like up for some awards just because how well it was done and it was so unexpected. Just I just thought it was really well done. So like
I'd be,
it kind of broke up the season a little bit to where
yeah,
you're not like, oh, okay, same old. It kind of gave you a little break.
I'd be surprised if it gets any awards just because it feels like the issuing bodies of awards, A, aren't going to give it to anything black lead, B, aren't
Yeah,
going to give
true.
it to a superhero item.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah,
yeah, got the double whammy.
Yeah.
yeah. At least hopefully it'll be well regarded because I thought it was really good.
Yeah. I am also hoping that. Like, I don't think it was like blow your socks off great,
Right.
but it, because we went into this thinking, I don't even know what this is going to be,
Yeah.
and it being pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But episode 5, found footage. We open with Simon stressing out about callbacks. Trevor gets found by a drug dealer to whom he owes money, and Simon ends up using his powers to save Trevor's life. A passerby may have recorded the whole thing, so they have to chase him to get the footage because Simon doesn't need to be found out as a super. While in chase, they receive the lines for Wonder Man. Simon and Trevor are able to find the person that recorded the incident, and he asks for a favor. He wants them to get his bike back. So Simon and Trevor go to the house where the bike is, and Esteban explains the situation. Trevor's drug dealers arrive, and the police are called. Trevor is able to get the GoPro and delete the footage. Meanwhile, the callbacks have been moved to right now, so they have to escape the whole situation. And that's the episode.
Another adventure episode. I like it.
Yeah,
This was a real wacky one too.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was.
This was
There's a
a
lot
full
going on.
wacky adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, a
So
lot
Them
I
boys
going
think
was
on.
like
I think
drugs.
this is where we learn about the box breathing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Simon is just stressed out, and Trevor's like, "Hey, we haven't like nothing's happened yet, but
Yeah.
here's this word of advice: try box breathing, go in for 5, hold for 5, go out for 5, hold for 5, whatever."
Yeah.
So then a guy buys Trevor a drink, and the guy comes up and is like, "Oh, you don't remember me?" And then some other people show up, and he's like, "Do you remember me now?" Because whenever the guy pulled up, usually if there's a drug dealer, we immediately know it's a drug dealer. I
Yeah.
didn't immediately know this guy was a drug dealer.
I didn't either.
Like,
I mean, I thought
Nah.
he had a problem with dude, but I didn't think it was like some under, you know what I mean?
yeah, like I wasn't
Bad.
sure what the deal was here
Yeah.
until, they were out in the alley.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Trevor's getting his ass beat, and he's like, "You owe me so much money."
Yeah.
And he pulls out the gun, and Simon's like, "Well, shit. Now I got to deal with y'all." So Simon deals with him, and Simon is like, "I really did not want to have to do that, Trevor,
Mm-hmm.
because of the whole thing." Now we know the seriousness of Simon being found out, not only for the Department of Damage Control looking for him, but for his aspirations and his livelihood and his acting career.
Mm-hmm.
So we see somebody on a scooter watching the whole thing. He's like, that guy may have recorded this.
You gotta go get him.
That was, yeah.
And so
That
yeah,
was wacky.
that whole chase was very wacky.
Yeah.
And they eventually find this person, and he's like, I mean, yeah, I may have seen a thing or two. And don't worry about where the GoPro is. I have it set up to automatically upload. So, yeah, I need you to do me a favor. Clearly, you're going to be able to do this favor based on
Mm-hmm.
what I saw. So, yeah, there's this guy. He stole my bike. Just go get my bike and we'll be good. So they're like, well, shit, now we got to go do this. So they go over to the house and they have this whole, law and order situation planned.
Yeah.
And the girl is like, "Oh my God, it's the Mandarin." He's like, "Well, so much for that plan."
My boy in there moving weight. My boy was moving some. What was that? Some chips or
Gummy
what was
bears or
that?
something.
Chamoy.
Chamoy.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, Esteban is in there, and Esteban chill as hell.
yeah,
And Esteban kind of explains the situation. He was like, "Oh, oh, so you're saying that that's what? Oh no, Jaden is a liar. This is what actually happened with me and Jaden. So yeah." And Simon is like, "I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
He has the blackmail
Right.
that
I
we
know
need."
Trevor completely forgot.
Yeah,
Trevor's like,
Trevor. Yeah,
yeah, I told we shouldn't have
Uh,
trusted him.
yeah. Trevor
yeah,
was
he
like,
like
"Oh, I knew he was a piece of shit."
trying to food. I mean, the snacks. Like, do this. That
Yeah,
was
Trevor.
funny.
Trevor's just making friends.
Yeah,
Trevor's really just out here having a good time. And yeah, Simon is like, "No, we got shit to do."
yeah,
And then Trevor's drug guys show up, and the thing that was funny to me was the drug dudes were like, "If you don't come out here, we're gonna kill this kid." And Trevor was like, "Please do."
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. Do
"Jesus."
it.
And we
Yeah,
see a neighbor lady call the police because she sees what's happening. She's like, "Oh no, I don't like this."
yeah,
And Esteban wasn't doing anything illegal, but was definitely like, "Oh no, the police are here."
yeah, yeah. It's too hot. Too hot
And
around here.
I understand why that was an issue for
Yeah,
Esteban. So, yeah, he was like, "No, y'all gotta go. We're not doing
yeah.
this."
No,
So, Trevor is like, "Hey, Jaden, go ahead and give me that GoPro."
yeah.
But Trevor, because Trevor, he was already suspicious, but Trevor asked the girl, like, "Hey, can he set it to automatically upload to YouTube?"
Thought that too. I was like, I wonder. I never heard of that before, but that's whatever. It's
Yeah.
2026. Yeah,
Because I figured he had already like, I figured he'd already done everything he
Yeah,
needed
I
to
figured
do.
the same thing. Like it was already
yeah,
off the GoPro already.
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, whenever we found out, oh, it was, I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
okay." But yeah, like Trevor clocked that.
Yeah, he
Trevor was
did.
like, "I don't think you could do that."
Yeah,
So yeah. And I love that Trevor did everything Trevor needed to do, honestly.
he really did. Like, the negotiation, like he was on it.
Yeah. So they were able to get the footage deleted. And then when the police arrive, the police say to the drug dealers, like, "Hey, put the guns down." And eventually there's a firefight.
Yep.
So everybody, they're able to delete the footage off the GoPro. Everybody is able to escape. And then Simon gets the call from Janelle, and Janelle's like, "Hey, so I'm really glad you picked up the phone. The callbacks are happening right now
Crazy.
because the director is leaving town and he wants
Hmm.
to get this thing done today.
Yeah,
So you need to go to his house right now."
yeah,
Cool. Okay. That's fine. So luckily they're able to escape, and that takes us to episode 6, callback. We open with Trevor auditioning for the Mandarin in a flashback. In today time, Simon is stressing out because he and Trevor are making their way to the callback. At the callback, the director decides to go off script and have the actors improvise. Simon ends up doing Pretty Woman, which is not what the director was looking for. Simon gets another chance and ends up punching a hole in his scene partner's head, but that was just a dream. Trevor gives Simon some words of wisdom and they are able to do the scene. They get cast in the movie, and Trevor tells his handler that he will get the evidence, but he just needs more time. That's the episode.
Dude, that was like the boys. When he punched through that dude's head, I was like, oh my God.
yeah. I
Yeah.
thought the same.
When he when he did it, I was like, "Oh, that this is a dream," because of the lack of gore.
Yeah, it was very like fun. What was that phone? I don't remember. It
Well, I
was. It
mean, I
was.
just thought it was Disney, so I was like, they gonna do it. I thought he was about to be
Well,
a villain.
whenever, because yeah, whenever he punched through his head, my immediate reaction was like, "Oh shit, I wasn't expecting that." But then yeah, like whenever I was like, "Oh no," like the fact that they let him actually punch through his head, and yeah, like the fact that it was fucking confetti, I was like,
Hmm.
okay, he's dreaming.
Yeah. Hmm.
But we the first thing we see is Trevor's actual audition for the Mandarin,
Yeah.
which
That's cool.
I thought that was great. Like
Yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
glad we got to see that. So we come out of the flashback, and of course Simon is stressing out because Simon is always stressing out. But it makes sense this time because they are on their way to the callback, and Simon is like, I have had zero sleep. Like
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
been
Really.
working on this all night, and I'm exhausted, and yeah, I'm not in shape to do this.
Hmm.
So this stressing out made sense because all the other times we've seen him stressing out, he's literally just in his own head.
Yeah. He really is. Thanks too much.
Yeah, this time it was like, I get it. Like, I
Hmm.
think you should, this is an appropriate reaction to the circumstances.
Yeah.
So they get to the director's house and, they meet the other people that are there to read. And of course, Trevor's just himself. But Simon is like, well, shit. This dude went to Juilliard and this dude is just good.
Hmm. Yeah.
So they start doing the scene. And the director's like, you know what? Let's just do whatever. Let's just change it up. Let's
Hmm.
get everybody loose. Let's do an improv game. And he, splits up Simon and Trevor. And whenever it's Simon's turn to do the scene, because Trevor, blows them away with his performance.
Yeah.
Whenever it's Simon's turn to do the scene, he basically is like, I don't know what to do. So he just goes into his memory bank of films
Yeah.
and
Plagiarizes.
yeah, he does the scene from Pretty Woman. And the director's immediately like, I'm disappointed. It's
Yeah.
not what I wanted from you. So he gets another chance, and his scene partner is, calling him a freak, calling him a
Yeah.
weirdo,
Yeah.
and we just see him punch a hole through the guy's head.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh my God, oh shit." And then he wakes up from this
Yeah.
dream, and the director's like, "Am I boring you?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, please, I just need a minute." So Simon goes outside and Trevor comes out there and he's like, dude, I have fucked this whole thing up.
Yeah.
And Trevor's like, no, we still got time.
Hmm.
Here's what I want you to do. I just want you to, like, you and me, we got it.
Yeah.
Let's ball out. So they go in there, they do the scene, and he was the first of all, that assistant that he had. Yeah,
Hey.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, she was bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Didn't
And
say a word either.
she was mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So she's just being unclear. And then eventually they're like, all right, we're leaving. And the director's like, hey, where y'all going?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we were gonna leave because it's like, no, no, no.
Clearly, we didn't get the job.
Yeah, like, no,
Yeah.
you are my Wonder Man.
Hmm.
And you are my Bartley, I think was
Barnaby.
the dude's name. Barnaby. That was
Barnaby.
what it
Yeah. Yeah.
was like, and you are my Barnaby.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all have the parts. Don't
Hmm.
you worry about that.
Wasn't this dude, wasn't the director the guy from Superman?
Yes, he
Played the
was.
president? Yeah, the fake president,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, okay.
So I was like, okay, look at him getting some minutes.
Yeah, yeah, get a little moment.
Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. The Barvia or Bovia or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Bravia,
Boliv
yeah,
yeah. You're right. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they get the parts, and then of course Trevor gets scooped up,
yeah,
and his handler's like, "Hey, you're going back to jail.
yeah.
You're
It's
going
tough.
back because
Yeah, enough
you're
time.
fucking up."
Mm-hmm.
And Trevor's like, "No, no, 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 no. I can get you the evidence you need. I just need more time to do it."
Yeah,
Man, I was still waiting on this too. I was like, I know it's coming.
Yeah,
yeah. He was like, I need you to lay off too.
yeah. So yeah, now we're like, "Oh shit." We're getting close to the reveal.
Yeah.
And what what I thought, they were obviously doing, the whole scene was Barnaby betraying Wonder Man.
Yep.
Hmm.
So I was like,
Yep.
oh, look okay,
I see
look
what you
what we're
did
doing.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, think you're funny. Okay, putting the movie in the movie.
Yeah.
But episode 7, Kathy Friedman. We open in a flashback where Simon's dad lets him skip school because there's been some bullying happening. Into daytime, Simon and Trevor are on the set of Wonder Man, and Simon starts wanting changes, but Trevor comes in clutch and everything is fine. At a meeting, Simon's agent and Trevor disagree on Simon's future, and they are told that Kathy Friedman will be doing a profile in the New York Times, which stresses Simon out because she's a character assassin. Kathy Friedman asks Simon if there's anybody that she can talk to other than his ex. So Simon is like, "Let me go talk to my ex if y'all have already talked." And she tells him that she always knew about his secret powers and she didn't want to mention it. And of course, she did not tell Kathy about it. Simon and Trevor have the interview, and Kathy asks Trevor about his arrest. Trevor then admits to Simon that he's been working with the Department of Damage Control. After hearing this, Simon's powers destroy one of the buildings on set.
Yep.
That's the episode.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
This was a good episode.
Yeah.
So, the first thing we see a flashback of uh their dad dropping them off at school, and the older brother, he's having a good time.
Hmm.
And then Simon's dad is like, "Oh, that cough is terrible. I should probably you know, go ahead and call it in. Isn't that cough terrible?"
Yeah.
Would y'all dad have did something like that?
You know,
I don't know.
my dad might have. He might have.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a situation I'd have to be in to see what would happen. And we'll just move on.
I knew y'all one of y'all was gonna be like, "Would your dad?" I knew. I'm just waiting on one of y'all.
No, no, I
All
would
right,
never do that. I would
Yeah,
all
never
right,
do that.
it's
we're just
cool.
gonna move on.
I know y'all was thinking it. I know y'all was thinking it.
No, no, I was honestly, I was waiting for you to do the.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
was
didn't
gonna
have
be
to
like,
do
well,
that.
I didn't have. Yeah,
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 no, I thought one of y'all was gonna say it's cool. It's
hell
cool.
no, no, I'm not doing that. That's crazy.
because what we would have asked would be, would you have done that for your children?
Yeah,
I would, yeah. Now, my wife would probably not like it, but yeah, I don't think I would have told her, like, "Hey, don't say nothing to your
Yeah, don't worry
mama."
about that. Yeah,
I would have. I definitely would have. If I noticed my kid is just not,
uncomfortable. Yeah,
yeah, just totally like scared to go to the building. Like all right, we gotta have some time.
yeah.
Yeah,
So into daytime, Simon and Trevor, they're on the set, and Simon is doing a full Simon. He's like,
yeah,
"Hey, what if
just
starts doing too much,
too much, bro.
asking for
Oh,
changes, being like, I don't think this is very, or I think we
yeah,
should." And then Trevor's like, "You know what? How about this?" And everybody's like, "Up, cool, good,
yeah.
that works."
You can tell he's starting to really see how difficult he is.
Yeah. And because I was thinking, hopefully he learned from the last time,
Yeah,
but I should have known that he was going to be doing all this. And the fact that he's the star means that it's going to be tolerated a lot longer and all that.
yeah, true.
So, yeah, and I like that whenever he was making these changes, like the lady was basically fighting back, like, no, this is why. Would like
Yeah,
I like that she was prepared because it felt like with the American Horror Story, it was like we didn't think about any of that shit because we didn't need to.
yeah,
With
yeah,
this, she was like, no, we were very intentional
yeah,
about all of the things we did. And then he got to the point where he was like, I only want to change these words.
yeah. They were about to change the whole story, Loki.
Yeah, like the director was like, all right, let's just rewrite it.
Yeah,
And he was like, I only want to change these words. And so that felt like Simon was receiving what he had been giving. Like
yeah.
that
Finally,
felt like a moment where he was like, oh shit, this is what I be doing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, and then Trevor was like, how about we say this? And everybody was like, yes, we love it. Good. Let's move on and never talk about it again.
Mm,
And so then there's a meeting with Simon's agency because she was like, oh, yeah, you're going to meet the team today. He was like, oh, I get to meet the team. Okay.
mm,
And they're like, you'll pretty much, we got some stuff lined up for you. And Trevor's like, I don't,
mm.
I don't like that for you. I think you should do theater. That's where
Yeah,
true actors
yeah,
act. And the agency was like, no, we've been trying to get you out of theater. Like,
yeah.
we've been trying to get you past theater. And then he's like, no, I trust Trevor. So I want to do theater.
Mm,
And yeah, so there are just disagreements about how Simon's future should move. And then she's like, well, good news. Kathy Friedman will be doing a profile in the New York Times about y'all. And they were like, okay, great. Simon was like, well, this is not good because she be tearing people to shreds. Like,
yeah,
she has nothing but negative things to say about people. Did you hear what she said about Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
yeah.
And
Crazy.
so, of course, Trevor's like, it's probably fine. And then she gets there the next day. And at this point, Trevor is Simon's emotional support human.
True.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
Like,
really is.
relies on
Yeah.
him for everything. Yeah,
yeah, like there's a lot Simon doesn't feel comfortable doing without Trevor at this point.
yeah,
And so he's like, "Where's my Trevor?" He's like, "It's a late day for him." It's like, "Well, shit." So I got to talk
yeah.
to this Kathy by myself.
Right.
And yeah, for at least from our perspective, Simon just being awkward.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The dude's like, "Hey, you want us
Oh
to get you
yeah,
some
you want that? He's like, no. Like, what do you mean? Why
What
would
are
we want
you
that?
talking about? I'll get my own breakfast. I always do." Shut up. So, yeah, that's just ridiculous. And then, they go through the day because she says, pretend I'm not here. And he keeps talking to her.
Mm,
Eventually, Trevor shows up and, they get through the day. And she's like, all right, is there anybody that I can talk to about your life other than Trevor here and your ex-girlfriend? He's like, my what?
yeah,
Yeah, your ex-girlfriend. I've already talked to her.
that's the
You don't have any other friends I could talk to? He's like, nope, that's all I got. And so he immediately is like, hey, Vivian, I think is her name, we
yeah,
should talk.
yeah,
And, they meet and he's like, we never actually talked after the breakup. And she was like, I know what this is about.
yeah.
Let's not play these
Just get
games.
to it. Yeah, get to it.
Yeah. So I have always known that you had powers and I never said anything, but it bothered me that you never trusted me enough to tell me that. But we lived together.
Yeah,
I knew you had powers. And I was waiting for you to say something. You never did. And that's fine. But trust me, I didn't say anything to Vivian or to
yeah.
the Kathy.
Reporter. Yeah, she a real one.
Oh yeah.
X is a real
Yeah, I
one.
agree. Yeah.
She could have did him dirty.
Yeah. And so, yeah. Because she said to him, like, you're kind of a dick, but,
Yeah.
you know. So then they have the interview with Kathy, and Simon is prepared for the worst
Hmm.
because I mean he's clearly got anxiety. Like that's
Yeah.
I think that was one of the clearest things to me from this show is that like this man has crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tripping.
Um and I will say I don't know what crippling anxiety actually looks or feels like because I don't have that,
Mm.
but as far as I can tell, this is my understanding of what that is.
Yeah.
So if that's not what this is, then y'all can let me know. But that's what this looked like to me. So yeah. They're having the interview and she's basically like, yeah, everybody that I talked to has wonderful things to say about you, Simon. So Trevor, what's
He was he was not expecting that at all.
He's
no,
sweating.
caught him
Yeah.
off guard.
Hmm.
She was like, I heard you got arrested. when you
Yeah.
got off a plane. And he was like, well, where'd you hear that? I have eyewitnesses.
Hmm.
So why don't you tell us about that arrest? Because you're clearly out making a movie with one of the hottest directors on the scene.
Yeah.
So you want to tell me about that? I'm just trying to connect the dots.
Hmm.
And he's like, I mean, yeah, just
Humna.
yeah, just over
Yeah.
there bothered. And so, they go to the trailer and he's like, you're right, she's a character assassin. Terrible person. Can't believe we wasted time on her. And so Simon is like, so you weren't arrested? He's like, no, I was. So you didn't make a deal? No,
Right.
I did.
Stupid.
What was the deal? I was like, well, I've been having to gather information on you. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we met at the theater and when you went to my mom's birthday and all this shit
Man.
has just been
That part. That part.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was tough.
And the problem
Hmm.
is like because Trevor's an actor, you can't trust him
Yeah. True.
because he could just be in character. And we know that Trevor is a good person, but Simon is like, you were my only friend.
Yeah.
I trusted you, and the only reason that you're my friend is because you were hired to surveil me
Hmm.
so that I could be captured. Because, okay.
Yeah.
And then he walks out. And I thought that he was going to blow up I thought he was going to blow that up right then.
Gotcha.
But, because again, I was like, Trevor might die.
Yeah.
Ben Kingsley is in his 80s. So we go ahead and get
Yeah.
Trevor on up out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah. He goes to one of the other buildings and lets that thing off.
Yep.
And it is a full scale explosion.
Yeah. Full bomb.
Yeah. So yeah. That takes us to episode 8. And I will say, we've talked about this on the show. Do you prefer to binge watch or do you prefer to wait a week? I'm glad I didn't have to wait a week
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
this
That's
one.
true. That's
Because
true.
yeah, after he blew that up, I was like, oh, I need to see where we go.
Yeah. What the results are.
Because it's gonna be real hard to, make that one go away.
Hmm.
So, episode 8, Yucca Valley. We open in a flashback. Simon and his dad are leaving the movie theater, and his dad tells him that he is a very talented actor. In today time, the Department of Damage Control make their way to the Wonder Man set after hearing about the explosion. Trevor releases a new video as the Mandarin and takes responsibility for that explosion. Simon gets called back to set because we got to keep filming, and the film is finished. The screening is a huge success, and Simon can kind of do whatever he wants now. So Simon starts shadowing a man for his next role. Turns out the man he was shadowing is a member of the Department of Damage Control, and Simon goes to see Trevor and breaks him out of the lockup. And that's the episode.
Yeah. That
Shout out
was
to
dope.
Trevor on this. Yeah, shout out to Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Uh
a way to clean that up.
yeah, I
Man.
agree.
I was not. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't expecting that. Like, I was expecting him to come up with something, but for some reason, I didn't even put two and two together.
When he said I figured it out, I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what he's going to do."
Gotcha.
Um so in the flashback, it's them leaving the movie theater after seeing Wonder Man, just kind of talking about it. And his dad says to him, like, I am not saying to you that you're good the way that parents tell their kids that they're good. I'm
Right.
actually saying you are very talented.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I loved that
Hmm.
because he was old enough to understand the difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes, and honestly, around that age, like I've had to have that talk with my kid, like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what I mean? This, I think you're good at, like, I legitimately, some other stuff I've said, good job, but
Yeah.
this you're good at actually.
So then we're taken to, and what I will say is, I was like, okay, so we just not gonna officially know how his dad died.
Yeah, that was a little
Because, well,
ambiguous.
I thought that because every episode has started with a flashback. So I thought this flashback was going to be how his dad died,
Gotcha.
or the fire, or like I thought that we were gonna get something.
Mm,
But I'm I'm pretty okay with the fact that we don't actually like see his dad die, but I would like to know how his dad died
Well,
officially.
see, that's the thing. Like another reason why I like the show, like this was an origin story and not an origin story at the same time. Like we
yeah,
still don't know much about Simon,
Yeah,
yeah.
even after finishing it.
Hmm.
because my thought is like, if you're as awkward as you are, how did you get a girlfriend? But then I was like, oh, it's Yaya. That's how.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Bro, you should have known she knew because like there's no way you never argue with your girl. And if you out here stressed out, every time you stressed out, you freaking set off a little explosion, you know she saw it.
yeah,
Yeah.
She just sitting in
Women
another
are,
room, stuff started floating. Like, yeah, that ain't
yeah,
normal.
they're too attentive to miss stuff like that.
Yeah.
exactly. And he probably thinks he's doing a good job of hiding it.
He probably does.
Just like us men do, huh?
Yeah, exactly. We'd be like, oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
But in today time, uh, the Department of Damage Control, they get the alert of the explosion and they make their way there. And uh, Trevor, like, Simon is at his house waiting for them to come get him because
Yeah,
he's like, well, all right, it's
yeah,
over. And Trevor calls him, and I'm surprised he answers the phone.
yeah,
But yeah, Trevor calls and he's like, by God, I've got it. I figured it out. Because whenever they were talking the first time, Trevor was like, I'm going to fix it. And he was like, how? And Trevor was like, I don't know. And that's when
yeah.
he stormed out.
Hmm.
So this time, yeah, Trevor was like, oh, I've got it. I figured it out. I know exactly what I'm going
Yeah,
to do. Take care of
yeah,
yourself, Simon.
yeah.
And then we see, ready for another lesson?
Yeah. It's
America.
in America, America. Yeah,
Yeah. So the Mandarin gives another lesson, and then he gets taken into custody. And we see that the Department of Damage Control dude, the handler, Cleary, is like, yeah, we got him.
yeah,
Yeah, we got somebody to put in the in.
You
Then he
know he was
says,
pissed.
yeah, he says to Trevor, like, I know it wasn't you.
right.
Yeah.
I know you're taking the rap for him, but don't worry, we still gonna surveil him.
Hmm.
And again, Trevor just stays in character.
Right.
And so, uh, the I guess producer is who that dude was. He comes to Simon's house and he's like, "Hey, we're still shooting a movie."
Yeah.
And Simon is like, "Oh, there was an explosion, but all right." So they shoot the movie, and the director says to him, like, "Use the pain to get this done.
Hmm.
Like, use the pain that you're feeling. I know you and Trevor were close, but yeah, use that to." And I was like, "Well, yeah, because that's what."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
This
it
is what
requires.
happened.
Yeah,
And then we see that Captain Howard got the part,
yeah, that was
which
fun.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah, the screening, huge success. The brother was like, congratulations. Like it was just a good day.
Hmm.
The agent was like, oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
So everything was super well. And it's like, yeah, you gotta have your pick of whatever you want to do. So what do you want to do? And then we see him just meeting a guy. And Simon is
Yeah.
like, yeah, I just want to shadow you because I'm a character actor.
Hmm.
And I want to shadow you to get a firmer understanding of your life because you are the guy that I'm playing. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
But we got to keep it quiet
Yeah.
because we can't talk about it. And so he's playing the long game. Like he is just in this dude's regular life
Yeah.
for
That
a
was crazy.
while.
Dedicated.
Yeah, he's a dedicated. And I'm sure that he like money wise, like he's good after Wonder Man.
Oh
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. He wasn't too
So
worried about that part.
yeah, he got time.
Yeah.
And so eventually, because yeah, he's literally just hanging out with this man. And then eventually the dude is like, it took some doing, but I was able to get you into my work, into my job. Your name is
Hmm.
Alfonso, and you're new.
Yeah.
So he gets him in there, and somebody's about to recognize him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Threw
he
him
was
off the
like, "No,
scent.
you just saw me at karaoke."
Yeah.
And he starts singing a song, and he's like, "Ah, there it is." And I was like, "This is probably the one time where all of them look the same is working in your favor." But yeah. So he eventually goes to find Trevor, and Trevor's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm here to get you out."
Yeah.
And he gets him out, and we see, oh, Wonder Man can do some shit.
Yeah. I immediately Googled, can you fly?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because they also start talking about his powers too towards the end. He's like, "Oh,
yeah,
we got traces of ionic, I don't know, particles or whatever."
yeah, on
He
everything.
seems, yeah,
Yeah.
And if he can control ions, that's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Hmm.
yeah.
So, yeah, we see that. I mean, that's pretty specifically what his power is, and yeah, he. Because I guess my thought was, yeah, he has powers, but like, how much control of his powers does he have? Because that was unclear.
I mean,
Because it
he's had it his whole life, so I assume he has pretty good control over it now.
But every time we've seen him use his powers, or every time we've seen his powers used, it was because he lost control of himself.
Right, but
Yeah.
now he's more like, I know how to do my breathing techniques. I know how to control myself now, and maybe that's not how he's learned to master it now.
And that's
Yeah.
like, yeah. So what I'm wondering is, has he always had this level of mastery, or are we going to see like a montage?
Oh, probably after Trevor.
Because we saw him doing push-ups and shit, and I was like, if you have super strength, I don't. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
what you working out for? Yeah, you ain't
Yeah,
never seen Superman do a push up.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but whatever. I was like, okay, so has he always had this level of control and been able to, manifest his powers in other ways, or has he been in the gym working on that specifically for,
Yeah,
the
I
amount of
think he's been
That's
doing
times?
that.
not,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it was a part of the plan of rescuing. Trevor was getting right and understanding his powers.
Okay, because yeah, I don't know, but that's one of those things that like because and it kept saying Marvel Spotlight, so that leads me to believe this is it. This is all we're getting for this. But I don't
Think
know.
so. Yeah.
I mean,
I
also
assume there's not going to be a season two.
we didn't get no thing that says we will see Wonder Man in the Avengers
Yeah.
or something like that. We
Do
didn't
we
get
get
He's
that.
that
gonna
in
be in
shows?
Avengers.
I know we get that in movies, but do we get that in shows?
They
Didn't
said
we get that Ironheart? Or maybe not.
I
I
don't think so.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I
I
mean, I
know
didn't stay for the end, like, because since we can skip through these credits, I
yeah,
we
there's nothing
wouldn't
there.
have known.
I
So
know it only because of like you know media, but not because of the show.
yeah, so yeah,
But
I
he's
don't
gonna
I
be
don't
in
think
the
we would have
movie.
ever seen that in a show, just because we
Oh,
don't
gotcha.
like because of how we handle credits in shows. So yeah, it might be a situation where Wonder Man returns. Who knows? But yeah, like I have some questions and there were some things I wanted to see. So they have me interested, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, so generally speaking, we think pretty good. We
I
think,
de I definitely enjoyed it.
I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It felt like it attacked things from a different angle, and it's one of the most like you can say, hey, I know you don't listen to like you don't watch Marvel stuff, but hey, go ahead and watch this because this isn't over the top in your face superhero stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you do need a little bit of backstory, like
Yeah,
as
it's a
far
little
as like
bit.
what's happened in the MCU, but it's not so much that you're just lost and unclear on who's who, I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah.
So I think that yeah, like I could say to my mom, like, hey, yeah, you can go ahead and watch it, and
Mm.
you don't need to watch the stuff before it. I can just kind of tell you, and you
Yeah, I
should
think
be
it's a
okay.
brief once over because I don't think it's Mandarin's cool and he's likable, so I don't think it's too deep. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And honestly, like all you have to do is just explain his piece, and then
Yeah,
you have all
You
the
can go from there.
background you need.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because yeah, you don't even like we were able to watch this with a very little knowledge on Wonder Man as a character.
Facts.
And like that
Facts.
didn't really affect our ability to watch this.
Hmm.
So this is super watchable.
Absolutely. One of the more watchable shows they've had, maybe since the early ones, honestly.
Eh. Because again, you don't need a whole lot of background, and yeah, you can just kind of put it on. It's fun enough where it's just a good time.
Hmm. True.
So, Brandon, scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give this. Mm, I'm gonna give this a. Ooh, it's tough. I'm gonna go 8. Strong 8.
Okay. Jordan, how about you?
So when I finished watching it, it was like 8 for me for sure. And then I've been talking about it with people more and more, and I've like really enjoyed it a lot more. So I'm going 8.5.
Okay. Okay.
What you think?
Uh, I'm going to give it an 8. I was very happy with it, and that is especially going in with zero expectations, pretty much. Like I had no idea what we were going to get from this, and I was like, yeah, I was pleased.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, solid.
Yeah,
Well, better
I
than
like the
solid.
8.
Like
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
yeah. I'm trying to think, should I go up? Because like this is one of the few like Marvel shows where that play next button kept showed up, and I was like, dude, I might knock out this next episode real quick. You know what I mean? Like where some of them is like, whew, all right,
I can take
I'll
a
put
break.
that up. Yeah, exactly. Um, I'll go 8.5. I'll go 8.5.
Okay, I'm gonna leave
All
mine at
right,
an 8.
we got you locked in.
Yeah, I like it.
The MC is on the upswing.
The thing is, it feels like for the things that don't matter or the things that have no expectations, they're doing well.
The things they leave the things they let the directors do their thing and leave them alone because they don't care about it enough. I feel like it does well.
But yeah, like we still need to see how the big ticket items do because Captain Falcon, big ticket item, not great.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four, big ticket item, and solid,
meh, yeah,
but not great. But then Thunderbolts, not a big ticket item, pretty good.
yeah,
This, not a big ticket item, pretty good.
yeah,
So that's why I'm not sure. Just
yeah,
because I need to see them do well on something they need to do well on, if that makes sense.
yeah. Trust it. In the Russo brothers, we trust.
In the Russo
Yeah,
brothers, we trust. I think that Spider-Man is going to kind of determine how things go
yeah,
because the gap between Thor 3 and Thor 4 is wide.
yeah, yeah,
And so we cannot get another Thor 4 with Spider-Man 4. Like
yeah,
Man,
that movie has got to do well. Cuz
yeah.
especially because it's a Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Like you fucking up a Spider-Man movie can destroy a brand. Like we've watched that happen.
Yeah, that's
We've
true.
watched a fucked up Spider-Man movie just cancel the future for Spider-Man.
Hmm. Yeah,
So this year they got a hit.
yeah,
And I know I have said that before, but I mean it this time.
yeah. I
So
agree.
I said all of that to say I hope that the MCU is back as a fan
Hmm.
because I'm worried that if they're not back, then not. It's over.
Yeah, I agree.
But they haven't lost me yet. I'm still in.
Oh yeah, buying that ticket.
Jordan, what do you think?
Uh, I would say yes. The MCU is on the upswing right now. It's not a super high upswing, but I can see it climbing. I can see it climbing. I think if there's an opportunity for Spider-Man to be really good, there's opportunity for the Avengers to be good, and hope we return to, what we know the MCU to be. Oh, Daredevil. Actually, is Daredevil
Here
next?
to, yeah, yeah. It's pretty early, I think, this year.
And that I expect that
Okay,
to be
so
excellent. And
I'm
that's the
Yeah,
saying
thing.
might be on the upswing.
Yeah, like I expected Born Again to be excellent. It was. I expect this to be excellent.
yeah.
And it needs to be. So,
So, all right. Well, if that's it, definitely let us know what you think about the show. If you enjoyed
Hmm.
it, didn't enjoy it, what do you think about Wonder Man? Do you think he's top five most powerful in the MCU right now? Let us know your thoughts on any of the social media sites that we've kind of talked about.
because like, do we know how he got powers?
No, that's what I'm saying. It was an origin story and
No,
not an origin story at the same time.
Yeah,
I like that it left it a little bit because now we're
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot
there's
of
still
because
so
when,
much we
ambiguity.
don't know about him.
yeah,
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 because
yeah,
like, if you acquired these powers, how? If you didn't acquire these powers, why didn't your brother have powers?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, there's yeah,
What if
yeah.
he's a mutant?
I thought about that too, but I think he had powers before he hit puberty.
That doesn't always because they that's inconsistent. Because
They are
Nightcrawler was born
inconsistent.
blue with a tail.
Yeah, they don't switch for
True.
the Beast. Beast didn't pop up all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So,
Well, he was
Well,
human, and then
yeah,
oh,
he
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's right. That's
mutated
right.
He
That's right.
again.
had like
Yeah.
the big feet, yeah, the double mutation.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, like sometimes it hits during puberty, but sometimes it's like no, that's like if you're a heteromorph, I think you're just a heteromorph.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, when you're ugly like that, yeah, you just born like that. That's rough.
Eh. And then there are
So,
some people who like some kind of stressful something triggers the mutation, and yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
But
like it.
anyway, with that being said, we'll never duplicate it.
Always appreciated.
And forever melanated.